Hi everyone, my name is Andre Jick. Hope you're doing well, and let's picture this. You and I get in a time machine and we go back to the year 0. We earn $180,000 per day for the next 2020 years. That amount of money would still be worth less than the amount of money that Jeff Bezos has today. Now, I know that sounds impossible, but open up your phone, go to the calculator app, and follow along. $180,000 per day multiplied by 31 days in a month, let's say. So we get $5,580,000 per month. And then let's multiply that by 12, the amount of months in a year. We get $66,960,000. Let's take that number now and multiply it by 2020 years. We get $135,259,200,000. Meaning, if you earned $180K per day for over 2,000 years, Jeff Bezos would still have almost $15 billion more than you and I would have today. Let's take a moment of silence and just cry in poor. Now, if the 2020 financial crisis has taught us anything, it's that we should not be living paycheck to paycheck like some corporations have been doing. And we should not be waiting for stimulus checks from the government because those may never come. Not to mention the Federal Reserve printing a ton more money, which leads to inflation, which kind of looks like this. First, inflation happens. And then you take your asset, like my phone right here, and then it just absorbs it, and now your assets are inflated. And that's how inflation works. That does not at all explain how inflation works. I just thought it was cool. But I wanted to revisit this idea of saving money because recently I saw a video by Graham Stephan where he talked about not saving money because we're saving like it's the 1980s, and because we're not spending money, it's not going to stimulate the economy. Therefore, we can go into an even worse recession. And while that's partially true, I still think we should save money considering how much unemployment there has been, how many millions of people have lost their jobs who may never get those jobs back again, like my dad. So the sad truth is that an economic recovery is gonna take a while if all we expect is for Americans to just spend their stimulus checks and that's all it takes. But that's not how stimulation works. It's gonna take a lot more confidence in actually putting people back to work. Did you know that if you're good looking, it's statistically proven that you will earn more money throughout your lifetime than someone who's not good looking? That's right, if you are all the things that I am not: tall, good looking, intelligent, well-read, and you've got blue eyes, then you will succeed in life. This is a fact. No, it is not. That is a lie. That's so stupid. That's a Yu-Gi-Oh reference. You do not need blue eyes, but you do need red eyes. I'm sorry. But speaking of money, the average net worth of an American is $692,000. Of course, that number is heavily skewed because of how rich some people in America are, like the CEO of Amazon, Jeff Bezos. Because the median net worth here in the United States, which is a lot more of an accurate way of looking at it, is only $97,000, which is obviously a lot less. And remember, that takes all of your liabilities or your debts and subtracts them from your assets, which is your house, your 401k, your IRA, your stocks, your bonds, and of course, the 5 Egyptian duel monsters. Did I say 5? I meant 3. Please obliterate the like button. My life points depend on it. In a book published in 1996 called The Millionaire Next Door: The Surprising Secrets of America's Wealth, the authors found that millionaires are more commonly found in middle or blue-collar class income levels than in white-collar class high-earning levels. And that's because people that are modest earners tend to focus more on saving what little money they're making versus their wealthier counterparts who tend to focus more on comparing themselves to everybody else, lifestyle inflation, luxury living, fancy cars. But statistically speaking, the next time you see somebody who looks wealthy by income or by lifestyle may not necessarily be financially more independent than somebody who's an ordinary income earner. And that's pretty cool and encouraging. But now let's talk about the above average net worth and what it takes to be considered in the top. You can use this to keep track of your money and where you are with that in life. But before we do that, we have to make some assumptions about your savings rate and your income, just so we're on the same page. And when I say above average, I mean somebody that that actually saves more money than they spend. In fact, somebody that can save 50% of their income or more, somebody that understands investing and the importance of compound interest, somebody that has an IRA account, somebody that has no credit card debt, somebody that tracks their net worth, and somebody that understands that their career may not always be there for them. But most importantly, somebody that obliterates that like button. That's the most important trait. So here's how we can calculate whether or not you're doing a good job with your money using a formula by Dr. Thomas Stanley, author of The Millionaire Next Door, and there are 3 tiers of them. The first one is the under-accumulator of wealth, and this is the one you don't want to be. The next tier is and that's the average accumulator of wealth. And the last one we have paw. Yeah, like the cute cat paw, and this means the prodigious accumulator of wealth. Yeah, I've never heard anyone use that word in real life, prodigious, but if you're one of those people, I would love to meet you in real life and tell you to only use words that fit your tax bracket and to never use that word again. So you take your age, in my case, physically, I'm 31, mentally, I'm 12, but we'll use my physical age, and then we'll take that and multiply it by your annual income. So in my case, it's $100,000. So you multiply the two together, and then you divide the result by 10. So the end result for me would be $310,000. Now, in the beginning of 2020, of this year, my entire net worth, my liabilities or my debts, which I had none, plus my assets, which is my Robinhood stock portfolio, Webull, and M1 Finance, added all together was $300,000, which is $10,000 less than the formula. So what does that mean? Well, then this means that I am an average accumulator of wealth, which is really surprising to me because I thought I would be better than average, but life loves to remind me that I am nothing but extra medium. Now, if my net worth was half, let's say it was $150,000, then that means I would be considered UAW, or an under-accumulator of wealth, and I'd have to pump up those rookie numbers. But if I was twice the formula and I was worth $600,000, that would make me PAW. And if that's you, then I bow to your greatness. But a quick reminder about this formula is that it's not perfect and it won't really work if you're already retired and you're living off of your investments, but it will work great for you if you want to compare yourself to other people that are similar age and similar income as well. But now, if you want to be objective and compare statistically where you stand amongst the highest net worthers, then here are the numbers. Just be ready to be a little sad. So at age 22 years old, your net worth, $0. Let you off the hook easy this time because you just graduated college and you haven't started your career. But at age 23, 1 year into your career, your net worth should be about $20,000 to be considered in the top. At age 24, you have to double and be worth $46,000. And at age 25, it almost has to double again, and your net worth has to be $79,000. Now, a few things have to be true. Your savings rate has to be really high. You have to do 401k employer matches and max those out. And of course, your investments have an assumed growth rate of between 7 to 9% per year. Now, for me, my growth trajectory was almost identical to what I just described, and I hit $100,000 net worth by about age 26. But it gets a little out of control after that. At age 30, 5 years later, the above average net worth is $250,000, which goes up to $429,000 by 35 and $660,000 by age 40. And then it goes up to $914,000 by 45. And then in your mid 40s is about the age when your above average net worth individual starts to reach that $1 million mark. And that's really impressive to get to that point in life. But you know what's even more impressive? Getting there by 28. Yeah, someday I tell you I will catch up, I vow it, if I age like Benjamin Button. How old are you, son? 7. But I look a lot older. And from there, we get $1.25 million by age 50, $1.67 million by 55, and $2.1 million by age 60. So those are just some objective numbers to aim for. And remember, once you get around the $1 million mark, compound interest takes over and you start to make more money by earning just 7%, which is $70,000 that year, which is more than what most people will make from their regular job. And that's when it gets really exciting. Please understand, I'm not implying implying that by making a lot of money or by having a lot of money that you're just automatically a better person. I'm not saying that at all. Money just rents happiness, but it doesn't buy you it permanently. In fact, if you can earn between $70,000 to $75,000 per year, then you could be pretty much just as happy as someone like Jeff Bezos, who's earning billions of dollars per year. It sounds counterintuitive, but it's actually very true. Now, I stress this point because I used to compare myself to others all the time, and it didn't make me feel good, and I'm sure you're the same way. So if there's any takeaway from this video that you should learn, is that of course you should always reach for more, but if you're going to compare, which of course you will, then only compare yourself to your future self. At the end of the day, I came here as a lonely immigrant with my parents, and I didn't even know how to speak English. I wasn't taught real estate investing or stock market investing or anything financially related, and I was never given money to go to college either. So how can I compare myself to somebody born in a first world country with first world opportunities? And that's the way I try to look at it. We're all different with different backgrounds, different strengths, and different weaknesses, and other people were just born into wealth entirely. Some people in life start the race 10 miles behind the finish line, and other people start this race of life at the finish line. Also, just remember, this is the internet, so if you scroll down below to the comments and you want to post your net worth, just remember you will see people that are saying, Andre, I'm 12 years old and I got 250K. Is that good? So just remember, this is the internet where everybody's a multimillionaire by the age of 18. So I'm really curious to know your net worth by the different age. And in the meantime, I will leave a link in the description below this video to go to Financial Samurai's blog, where you can learn way more about this, way more nuanced. This guy is one of the smartest guys in finance. He goes into way more detail than I covered in this video, and he's largely the one that inspired this video to begin with. So please go there. He will challenge everything you think you know about money. Definitely give his blog a read. And in the meantime, if you are serious about growing your net worth, then get your free stock from Webull by signing up. It'll be valued up to $250, and if you deposit $100 into your account, you'll get a second free stock valued up to $1,400, and you can get a third free stonk by signing up to Robinhood, and that's 3 free stonks to get you started with stonking. I love you. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Follow me on Instagram. I post there from time to time, and I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye.